Good afternoon, my beautiful friends. So today I am planting a few last things in the garden because fall is here and winter, or our first frost, our first near frost is going to be on Sunday. So on Sunday, our nights are going to be shifting into the 40s, which means most things are going to be done in the garden. But it is the perfect time. I'm in zone 7A. I live in Southwest Virginia, in the southern Appalachian Mountains. I live on the side of a mountain facing south. So my garden is pretty warm. I'm pretty lucky in that sense of where I live. I live in what is considered a temperate rainforest. So we have a lot of moisture, a lot of humidity. The soil is really good. It's a clay-based soil. Not all, but different parts of the garden are different soil types. The closer you get to the road, the more clay the soil has. But it doesn't seem to, I also amend, so the clay doesn't seem to affect my planting that much. It did in the first couple years. I really had to build my soil up. I had to incorporate, so the way I do that, I don't spend money on compost because I don't have that kind of money I have a big garden. And so what I do is at the end of the season or throughout the season, as I'm, trimming plants or anything like that, if it's not diseased, I will just let it fall on the ground. I will also, in the fall, I mulch with leaves, usually the maple leaves that come off the tree above the garden. I just pile them up on top of my plants in the winter, and then in the spring, I will break them up. I'll mow over them. Of course, I'll take them out of my garden, or I'll just bury them in the soil, which then feeds. So that is a form of nitrogen. No, nitrogen is the green, and phosphorus, or that is what the dead material brings, like the leaves. You can also, I've buried sticks in my yard. I have buried like any food, like any vegetable trimmings, anything like that. If it's not like cooked food or anything, then I will throw it in the garden because it's all nutrients that builds the soil up. So with that in mind, that is my growing conditions. I have very good growing conditions. We have a very super long growing season. We have short winters, short mild winters. We usually don't get snow. If we do get snow, it's usually once a year, and it's here for a few days and then it's gone. So mostly in the winter we get a lot of rain. So I like to, there's a lot of things that I am able to plant in the fall. Last fall I kept radishes alive all winter long. They stayed alive, and I just kind of let them grow because I was kind of experimenting. I wanted to see what happened when you just let a radish get as big as it wants. And it looked like a mustard plant. It was really interesting. But today, what I'm planting, I planted some garlic today, and I also went outside and edged my garden beds because the grass, I have Bermuda grass, which spreads through rhizome under the ground. So a rhizome will like shoot into the soil, and then grass pops up along that rhizome. It's really a bitch to get rid of. But Laura from Garden Answer, the way she edges her garden beds, it gave me the idea to do the same. So what she does is she will edge her garden beds and leave a trench, a small trench in between the dirt of the garden bed and the grass. Because I don't have the money to spend on a ton of edging right now. Eventually I will have all the beds edged, but bricks are expensive, and that shit it just gets super expensive. So I buy a little bit of bricks at a time. But so today what I'm going to be doing is, edge my garden beds, and then I'm also going to, I bought this bag of wildflower mix. This is perennial and annual assortment of wildflowers. It is a hummingbird and butterfly garden mix. So in here, on these packets, you can see it tells you all the things that you need to know. So it tells you like the best time to plant, the light requirements you need. So this is full sun to partial shade, which is good because that's exactly what my back garden is. It's partial shade. It's morning sun, afternoon, late afternoon shade. So what you want to do with this is you want to loosen the soil. What I'm going to be doing, well, I'll just show you guys, but down here on the bottom left hand side, it has a little section of, and it tells you exactly what is in this bag. So in this bag there is pheasant's eye, sweet alyssum, pot marigold, Walik War, Chinese houses, dwarf morning glory, tick seed. There is Sensation Cosmos, Larkspur, Cornflower, which is Bachelor Button, California Poppy, Gila. Sorry guys, I can't, it's hard to see this. White Candy Tuft. There's Mallow, Snapdragons, Scarlet Phlox, Dwarf Annual Lupine, Virginia Stock, Dragonflower, Crimson Clover, Annual Baby's Breath, Annual Soapwort, Black-Eyed Susan, Shirley or Flanders Poppy, 5-Spot, and Garden Mallow. Oh, and Chinese Annual Forget-Me-Not. So, that is a lot of really beautiful flowers. It's a lot of what I already grow. So Bachelor Buttons, and I've grown Candy Tuft, I've grown Phlox, I've grown Morning Glory, Marigold, Sweet Alyssum, 5-Spot. Last year I had some 5-Spot in my garden. I only had a couple of them and they were so pretty. So let's go outside and put this in the garden. I got this at Lowe's. That's the best thing to do. So, sorry, the way my mind works, I jump from topic to topic, but the best thing to do is visit different Lowe's or garden centers or Home Depot stores in different areas around you. So I live in Gate City, Virginia. I usually would go to Kingsport, Tennessee. They have 2 Lowe's that are near me. And they usually have different stock of things. I found this at a Lowe's in Johnson City. So they did not have these, they don't have this type of stuff at the Lowe's near me. Not that I've seen. And so different Lowe's in different parts around you will have completely different items because, you know, they base items around like the people that are buying it. But anyway, let's go outside and plant these up. It is a beautiful fall day. We got some little birds in the garden. So let me get my sunglasses real quick. Okay, so the way I like to plant things is I don't really have plans or anything. I just kind of look and see what is lacking in certain places, and then I just plant accordingly. So this little spot here changes up throughout the year. It's kind of like a, what would you call it? Like a feature spot. So I'm just trying to look at spots that need some color. Like a lot of this is vegetable production area. There's already a lot of clover in this bed. See, I want to connect these beds here, but I don't have the strength to do that now. But I'll show you what I did up here with the trenching. So you can see here the trench that I dug, just to kind of keep this grass, because you can see this grass here. Let me show you one of the roots of this grass. So you see here how this grass, it will send the side shoot off and it will go underground. and it pops up with more grass. And it was incredibly fast how quick it invaded this garden bed right here. And I'm still not done picking all the grass out of here. But I just seeded, see here, perfect example of how it grows. So it just it will grow laterally and send up shoots. And it just comes up everywhere. And I've already seeded this area with a bunch of poppies, and I put, you can see these clovers. These are the crimson clovers. This chard up here is doing super good. In the back, it's not getting as big, probably because there's more sun up here. Yeah, I spent all morning out here trying to get this fucking grass out of this bed. But let's go get those seeds. So up here I will seed, since I already messed with all the ground and everything. Be a perfect place to seed. And I'd like to seed right here in this bed here. So I'm just roughing up this ground, and I'm going to seed pretty heavily, because these zinnias, they probably will come up next year if I seed them again. I mean, most likely they will, because zinnias, that's just what they do. These ones have taken over the spot, and I really like the way they look. These are the cactus variety. I did plant a carrot under here, and this zinnia has completely swallowed it. Yep, it's under there. See, the thing with those, let's pull that up actually, so we can plant it somewhere where it will get some sun. Poor thing is completely shaded by the zinnia. So you want to kind of shake this seed bag up, because there's a ton of seeds in here, and I just want to make sure you want to get a variety. So we're like I said, I planted, you can kind of see how heavily I seeded that. And then you just kind of shake it back up, rough the soil up. We will water it. Got the hose right here. Just water it in, you know? And there we go. We should see some seeds or some plants coming up pretty soon. Okay, let's go over here to this front garden. Put you guys here. I've been planting a ton in this bed, so next spring this bed is going to be absolutely gorgeous. Gotta be careful because I've already seeded some poppies in here and I don't want them to things are very prolific. Seed right here behind the camera. Just rough all these places up. Okay, now let's go over here. Okay, I'm going to do this place next. You can see it's full of chickweed and just a bunch of other weeds. So we're going to seed this spot very heavily. I'm going to do it off camera because you're not going to be able to see with the lighting. Okay, I've got all that area cleaned and planted. My lilac bush, you can see, is suffering with some kind of something right now. I think spider mites, but I'm not sure. The dahlias are looking really good. I raked all of this junk up, 2 big old piles, and now I am sweating my butt off. These calendula have been the best surprise this year. They're so beautiful, and I love how they just like grace the edge of the walkway. It makes me want to plant something over there. I'm thinking about doing 2 raised beds right here, one here, and one kind of where the arborvitaes are. Of course, I would move those, and then putting like a trellis that you can walk under over the walkway. Of course, it would be super tall, so I could plant things and it wouldn't kind of obstruct the walkway. I think that would be really, really cool. Because I've been trying to do that with these wisteria, but they're too heavy and I don't have any kind of structure to keep them up. I wish I had an old trampoline hoop. That would work perfect. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video of some garden work, and I will see you in the next one.